Hello everyone, welcome to the 8th tutorial class on artificial intelligence. Now coming to the agenda of this class. In this class we will discuss about the another optimization technique, namely particle swarm optimization. Apart from the working principle and pseudocode and the flowchart of the corresponding PSO or particle swarm optimization, we shall also discuss about the different weight inertia strategy and the memory influence corresponding to the PSO. Now let's move to the first slide, which is introduction to PSO. Before starting to the what is PSO, let's revise our earlier algorithm which have been discussed in earlier classes. We have already discussed simulated annealing and genetic algorithm. Simulated annealing is a single solution based meta heuristic. That means this algorithm is initialized with a single solution, and during the iteration this single solution is gradually updated and try to reach to the global optimal solution point. Whereas genetic algorithm is is an example of population based meta heuristic. So what is population based meta heuristic? That means the algorithm is initialized with the a number of solution which is known as the population. Okay, so you can see that this one is the example of an population based meta heuristic search. Here you can see that this point is the global optimal point or maximum point, and blue color point are the initial solution. Okay, so if it is a single solution based meta heuristic, then we will consider or we shall consider only one solution during the iteration, and it will try to reach to this point. However, in case of population based meta heuristic, all the solution will try to reach the global optimal point. Okay, so as the number we have as the algorithm is initialized with the number of initial solution, so there is a always probability, greater probability to reach into the global optimal solution for population based meta heuristic. Okay, so GA has better performance of a simulated annealing, and we already know that simulated annealing is inspired by the real annealing process of metal, whereas GA is inspired from the evolutionary concept of biology. Okay. Now, in this class, we will discuss about the particle swarm optimization, which is a population-based swarm intelligent type of meta heuristic, and it is one of the most efficient optimization strategy so far, and it is widely used for continuous nonlinear optimization problem. Okay. So we have already discussed about the population based meta heuristic. Now coming to the part swarm intelligence. Now let's see what is PSO. So first of all, Kennedy proposed PSO, particle swarm optimization, and it is inspired by the collective social behavior of swarm, like movement of flocks of bird or school of fish in search of food. You can see that in this figure, a flocks of bird are moving in the sky in search of food. Okay, and they follow a certain behavior. So PSO is inspired by this kind of social behavior of flocks of bird or school of fish. So here particle denotes birds or fish. Okay, each particle means one bird or fish, and a state of particle is known as the swarm. Okay, and if we consider the optimization problem, so each particle denote a potential solution for the optimization problem. Okay, so a set of particle is known as a swarm, where particles are initially distributed or positioned in random manner in the search space of the optimization problem. Okay, so that is the term, that is the significance of the term swarm. That means that means a collective social behavior of a flocks of bird or school of fish. Okay, that is swarm. Now, in case of PSO, what will happen? Now, this swarm, after initialization, the swarm will flow through the search space, and the position of each particle will be updated based on certain criteria, or you can call it as experience. Experience means here some kind of fitness value at that point, or the global or the best fitness value, globally best fitness value. Okay, so swarm is flown through the search space, and the position of each particle is updated based on its experience of all neighbors particle and including itself. That means it will gradually move to a certain direction, but the movement will be influenced by some kind of experience or the fitness value, best fitness value of it, and the best fitness value of others neighbor. Okay, so coming to the next point. Now, every particle is considered as intelligence. Okay, why do we call it as intelligence? Because each particle have two crucial information. One is locally based solution. What is locally based solution? During the search process, each particle will move from one point to another point. Now, suppose it has moved 10 times from first point to second point, third point, fourth point, fifth point, sixth point, seventh. Now, what is locally based point? Locally based point means it best value so far during this movement. Okay, that is known as the locally based solution for a particular particle. So it is already known to every particle. Now, for each particle, there is another information is available, that is known as the globally based solution. Suppose initially for a particular problem, or the number of particle is 50. So 50 particle will move in different direction depending on its experience. Now, it is possible that first particle have better fitness, whereas 10th particle has the best fitness. So obviously, the fitness value of the 10th particle will be considered as the global best solution. Okay, so they also knew the best fitness value of the whole swarm. That is the globally best solution. Okay, so that's why you called it as swarm intelligence. That means a group of particle and they are intelligent. That means they will share information. That means they have some kind of memory. If you consider the case of simulated annealing or genetic algorithm, there is no concept of such as like memory. Okay, depending on the some kind of rule, the value will be updated for simulated annealing or genetic algorithm. But but this is one is the one of the major advantage of PSO, where the particle will move or the solution will be updated based on their previous experience. Okay, so particles will share information about the global fitness. That's why we call it the intelligent. Now, coming to the PSO algorithm, all these things that we have already discussed, these are the real life concept. Okay, now coming to the algorithm parts. That means, as we already told, PSO is inspired from the fact or movement of the school of fish or flocks of bird. Okay, so now let's see the original PSO algorithm. Let's consider d-dimensional optimization problem. That means the solution has d number of variable. Okay, so for a d-dimensional optimization problem, the position of a ith particle of a swarm at tth iteration is given by xid t, that is xi1, xi2 up to xid, as we already consider d-dimensional short space. So each solution have d number of point. Okay, and we consider that there is n number of particle, that means size of the swarm is n, that means number of solution is n. Okay, now in case of PSO, each particle will be specified by its position and as well as its velocity. So position will be given by this, and the velocity is represented by VID t, that is VI1 comma VI2 up to VID. Okay, uh, again, as this is d-dimensional optimization problem, each set of velocity, each velocity consists of d number of variable. Okay, so v1, vi1, vi2, vid, that is a set of a initial velocity. Okay, now we already told about the two information, locally based solution and globally based solution. So you also define here locally based solution, that is given by p based I comma d t. At t iteration for ith particle, local based solution is given by pi1 comma pi2 comma pid. Okay, and global based solution is given by g based comma d t equal to g1 comma g2 comma gd. Okay, again, as the problem is d-dimensional optimization problem, velocity or position or the locally based solution or global based solution, each should have d number of variables. Okay, as the iteration process, the velocity and the position of the particle will be updated, and it follow this rule. What is that rule? The velocity will be updated first. So vid t plus 1, at t plus 1 iteration, the value of velocity will be previous value vid t plus c1 rand 1d multiplied by p base t based id minus x t id plus c2 multiplied by rand 1 comma d multiplication g t based comma d minus x t id. Okay, so here c1 and c2 are called the acceleration constant, and C1 is also known as the cognitive learning rate, and C2 is also known as the social learning rate. Okay, and you can see that this term rand 1 comma d, this is basically nothing but a it generate random d-dimensional array. In MATLAB, if you use this command like rand 1 comma 5, it will generate a matrix of 1 into 5 with 5 number of random number. Okay, so you can use this command in MATLAB. Okay, so by using this rule, velocity will be updated. This has been proposed by the Kennedy. Okay, so this is the basic rule of particle swarm optimization to update the velocity. You can see that velocity in previous velocity is v idt, and along with it some value had been added. And what is that value? Locally based solution minus current position and globally based solution minus current position. Okay, so this one basically, this term, this portion is for, you can say that this is for the global search, and this term is for the local search. Using this a single equation, we incorporate both local search and global search in a single equation. Okay, how well? Okay, you can see that this is the cognitive learning rate and social learning rate. Now, so what is the significance of this constant? So by changing these two values, we can decide the corresponding movement of the particle. That means if you want to move a higher step. Okay, so we will use the value of C1 C2 very high, but if you want to move very slowly, okay, so if we then we'll consider the lower value of C1 C2. Okay, now you can see that this is the social learning rate, C2 corresponding to the social learning rate, as it is corresponding to the global based solution. So obviously global based solution is corresponding to the information of whole swarm, so that's why I call it as social learning rate. And this is related with the corresponding local based solution, so that's why I'll call it as the cognitive learning rate. Okay, and here this one is a term, this one is called as the element wise multiplication of matrix. Okay, this is the simple multiplication, but as this one is a matrix and similarly this one is also matrix, so obviously if you want to multiply them, then we'll use this term, use this um, we use this like point element wise multiplication of matrix. Okay, now after the updating of velocity, the position of the particle will be updated by using this equation: x comma I comma d t plus 1. So at the next iteration, the velocity of the position will be vid t plus 1 plus x I d t, previous value of position plus updated value of velocity. If we add them, we get the ultimate position. Okay, here you can see that the position is corresponding to the solution. Okay, now let's understand this equation with more clarity. So now we'll discuss about the memory influence of POC. So you can see that in the velocity update formula or the new search direction is always affected by three component. First one, VIDT, that means previous experience or current velocity. Next, PT based I comma D, that means current particle memory influence. And next one is the GT based D, that means current or swarm memory influence or global based. So current so particle memory influence is associated with the current based solution or locally based solution, and swarm memory influence is associated with the global based position among all particles. Okay, so these three terms basically influence the velocity update or the in which direction the particle will move. This will affect, these three terms will affect, whereas C1 and C2, these are the constant. Okay, so we can consider that the particle memory influence is responsible for local search and swarm memory influence is responsible for the global search of the optimization. Okay, as we already have discussed this. Okay, now here this term is random, there is a term rand 1d. So rand 1d, that means we already told that this one generate a random number, d-dimensional array that generate the random value within 0 to 1. Now this randomness should be incorporated in all type of meta heuristic. Okay, so randomness is very important part for any meta heuristic, so that any meta heuristic can be recovered from the chance of sticking at local optima. Okay, so randomness should be incorporated in the search strategy, so that the chance of sticking at local optima for the meta heuristic can be reduced. Okay, now let's explain it, or the explain the influences, different influences by using this diagram. So you can see that particles current position is this. Okay, particle current position is this, and current motion vt I comma d, this one is the current velocity, and this point, this one direction is the gt base d. Okay, and this point denote the corresponding particle based, sorry, local based solution. Okay, so this one is the current based, again current velocity, global based solution and local based solution. Okay. Now, what will be the next point? What will be the next point for the particle position? Okay. So you can see that the equation. If we consider the equation, so that equation must have three part. That means uh, like first part VIDT, next one is the influence from the local waste, and next one is the local influence from the global waste. Okay, so you can see that this portion is the influence for the current motion, and this portion is the influence from the particle memory. That means for the local solution, local based solution, and this red colors signify the swarm memory influence for the global based solution. Okay, so blue color denote the particle memory influence, and this green color denote the current motion influence. And after all these things, if we add them if we add them, we get the particle next position as this point. So xid t plus 1 is this. Fine. So this one is the memory influence of PSO, which is explained in vector notation or graphically. Now coming to the another important modification of PSO or parameter for PSO, that is known as the inertia weight. Local search and global search are the two important characteristic of any kind of meta heuristic, and we need to get a delicate balance between this local and global search, or you can say that exploration and exploitation capability of any algorithm. Okay, so a meta heuristic must have some kind of strategy to control them. Initially, a an algorithm or a meta heuristic should have global search, should have better global search initially, and after that it will as the iteration proceed, local search will be in local search will be more. Okay, so now to control the global search and local search characteristic of PSO, C and Ewart proposed a modified PSO where the velocity of each particle is updated based on the a constant which is known as the inertia weight. Okay, so the velocity update rule is modified according to the following equation. So in spite of using VIDT, we are using VIDT multiplied by omega t. Okay, so that is the inertia weight of PSO. Okay, and it is normally used for maintaining balance between the exploration and exploitation capability. And recently, uh, researchers give lots of attention to the inertia weight parameter for improving the performance of the original PSO. Okay, we shall discuss some few strategy during this class. Okay, so first of all, in 1998, C and Ewart proposed constant inertia weight. That means the value of weight will remain constant during the whole iteration. Okay, so that is the uh, constant inertia weight or CIW. Okay, here they use the large constant value of inertia weight, and it is suitable for exploration, while say small constant value of inertia weight is suitable for exploitation. So small value of inertia weight is very useful for the global search process, and it has been observed that large value of the constant or inertia weight is suitable for the um, global search process, exploitation and exploration. So small value corresponding to the global and large value, sorry, small value corresponding to the local search and large value corresponding to the global search. WTT corresponding to the teeth iteration, but here we are assuming constant value. Now To get a better performance, we have used random inertia weight strategy, where the inertia weight is selected in random manner. Okay, and it is very efficient to find out the optimal solution in case of a dynamic system. And in case of RIW, or random inertia weight, the inertia weight has been initialized using the following equation, like W2 equal to zero point 0.5 plus rand by 2. Rand is nothing but a random value that has been generated within the range of 0 to 1. Okay, and so the corresponding W2, that is nothing but a uniformly distributed value, that has uniformly distributed value over 0.5 to 1. You can see that 0.5 plus rand by 2. So rand can take any kind of value between 1 to 0, like suppose this one rand value has zero point 0.8, so zero point 0.8 by 2, that means zero point 0.4, and if we add then zero point 0.5, that will be 0.9. So obviously the value of WT will be distributed in the range between zero point 0.5 and 1. Okay, and this technique partially solve the problem of selection of constant CIW. Okay, so we can say that by using this strategy we can get a delicate balance between global and local search. Now one of the most popular strategy is the LDIW, or linear decreasing inertia weight strategy. Okay, so linear decreasing inertia weight strategy is very popular and efficient technique in improving the fine tuning characteristic of PSO. Okay, fine tuning, that means to balance between global and local search. We already know that for for large constant value of inertia weight, it is for global, and for small value of local inertia weight, that is suitable for the local search. And a meta heuristic have this characteristic that initially global search will be preferred, and after that local search will be preferred. Why? Because uh, initially we want to explore whole the area where the probability of finding best solution need to be identified. Okay, and after that uh, we will move to that area and try to identify uh, better position or better optimal point in those area, in this region or in those area, by using local search strategy. Okay, so how do we want to do that? The value of inertia weight will gradually decrease from a maximum value to a minimum value, or you can say that it will linearly decrease from an initial large value to a initial small value. Oh, and it follow using sorry, and it follow this equation like W2, that means value of inertia weight at tth iteration, that is W max minus W min by T max multiplied by T. Okay, where T is the iteration index and T max denotes the maximum number of iteration that has been used during the iteration process. So LDIW has better efficiency over the others techniques due to the smooth transition from the initial global search to local search during the iteration process. Here for the RIW, the uh, value of value of inertia weight is random in nature. That means when the global search will be performed, or when the local search will be performed, that cannot be controlled. Whereas in case of constant inertia weight, only local search or only global search is preferred. But however, in case of LDIW strategy, or linear decreasing inertia weight process, uh, the value of inertia weight gradually decreasing from a maximum value to minimum value. So that means initially global search will be preferred, and and then the local search will be continued. Okay, and which is expected in as in any meta heuristic for better result. Okay, moreover, there is also other strategy like exponential decreasing inertia weight, that is not discussed in this class. Basically, exponential decreasing inertia weight is nothing but W2 equal to uh, W WT multiplied by a constant, that means like 0.99. So suppose the value of initial maximum value of uh, inertia weight is 1. So initially value will be 1, then 1 multiplied by 0.99, and then that means 0.99. In the second stage it will be 0.99 multiplied by zero point 0.9, like this. So it, like this it will be gradually decreasing. However, apart from this, LDIW has the superior performance. So we have also used this strategy to explain the pseudocode and the corresponding flowchart of the PSO. Okay, so now this is the pseudocode of the PSO. So let's start the uh, PSO. So initially we have to define the following parameter. If we consider the LDIW strategy, linear decreasing inertia weight strategy, so you have to initially define following, like initial number of population, D, that means what is the dimension of the search problem, sorry, search dimension, sorry, dimension of the search. Okay, T max is the maximum number of iteration. X max is the range of position, maximum value of the position. X mean is the minimum value of the position that can take. W max, that means maximum value of the inertia weight, and W mean is the minimum value of the inertia weight. And also we have to define the objective function, obviously. Okay, apart from them, I have forgot that we also need to define the value of C1 and C2, acceleration constant. So it has been observed that the most of the cases, if the value of the C1 and C2 are 2, the performance of the corresponding PSO algorithm is superior. So obviously we shall consider the value of C1 and C2 as 2 for the most of the cases. And it has been also observed that for the most of the problem, PSO perform better if W max is selected as zero point 0.9 and W min is selected as zero point 0.4. All these value are reported in literature survey. So from the literature survey or from the researcher, from the experiment from the earlier researcher, it has been observed the value of C1 C2 should be 2 and value of W max should be zero point 0.9 and value of W mean should be zero point 0.4. Okay, if we consider LDIW strategy. Now let's start the PSO algorithm. So initially uh, we need to initialize randomly defined position. So initialize xid. Okay, so xid will remain in between x max and x min. Okay, whereas the velocity will be in between 0 and 1. Okay, so the right now initially the local based solution is the initial value, because we don't know initially we have not started any kind of search. So at the starting point locally based solution is the initial current position. So p based I comma d equal to x I comma d. Okay, so we end this loop. Now evaluate fitness value for the each position or for each particle. So for the each value of position, by using the objective function f, we get a particular fitness value. Okay, for all np particle, sorry, this would be n. So for all n particle position, now find out the minimum value of all the fitness values of n particle position. So minimum of f, that is the global based solution. Okay, clear? So the what we have done here, so initially we define the random position and random velocity. For each position we calculate the corresponding fitness value. Now for all those fitness value we find out the minimum fitness value. Okay, so where the minimum fitness value has been found, that is known as the global based solution. Okay, so we got initial particle based or local based solution and initial global based solution. Now next, assign value of w to e according to the specified rule. So here we have used LDIW technique. So for LDIW technique, we should use the equation number 6 that already discussed in the earlier slide. So by using that formula, we'll create a value of uh, inertia weight for all iteration point. Okay, now let's start the iteration. Okay, for the search, so we start a for loop t equal to 1 to t max. That means the iteration will continued up to maximum t max number of iteration. Next, for I equal to 1 to n, that means for all individual value, individual position or particle value particle position, or for each solution, update the particle velocity vid using equation 3. That means you use this equation to update the velocity. That means you want to find out vid t plus 1. Next, update the particle position xid using equation number 2. So after that, we use that equation. That means xid t plus 1 equal to vid t plus 1 plus xi comma dt. Okay, so by using this equation, we will update the corresponding position. Okay, now evaluate fitness value for the new solution. So we get xid as the new solution, so we need to get the fitness value for each of the position, so for f xi comma d. Okay, now again, if previous fitness value for a particular position is less than the previous particle based or local based solution, then obviously sorry, if the current based solution, if the current solution is better than the previous based or previous particle based solution, so obviously we need to update the local based. That means p based id should be xid. Okay, okay, and that end so we end the if loop. Now if fitness value for the local based solution is better than the fitness value for the global based solution, so we need to update the global based as global based equal to p based id. So what will happen? So we need to first update the local based. Next we need to update the global based. Okay, so after, so like this we get gt based I d equal to p based t pt based I comma d, update global based. Okay, so then we'll end the for loop for this, and again we end the for loop for the iteration. Okay, so and after that we'll end the algorithm. So again I am explaining this portion. So for t equal to 1 to t max, that means we want to continue the iteration up to t max number of loop. So in each loop we'll calculate or we want to update velocity and position and global based and local based for each of the individual particles. So that's why we use this for loop. So for I equal to 1 to n, so then we need to update the particle velocity by using equation number 3 that has been explained earlier. And after that updation, we need to update the corresponding particle position xi comma d using equation number 2. And so after this two step, we have find out the new solution. So as soon as we get the new solution, we need to identify the corresponding fitness value. If the corresponding fitness value is better than the earlier one, earlier local based local based solution, so we need to update the local based. So if xid less than the previous particle based solution, so pt based I comma d should be xi comma d. Now if this p based id is better than the global based, so obviously global based solution should be replaced by the pt based id, like this. So we get the ultimate local based and we get the ultimate global based solution. And after that we this will be continue for the all n loop, sorry, n number of particle. And we this will be continued for the t max number of iteration, and ultimately we get the global based solution at the ultimately output. So here ultimate output will be the GT based D, that is the output for the particular optimization problem. So this is now we have this is the flowchart for the PSO. So we'll begin with initialize a group of particle. Next we want to evaluate P best for each particle. Now next we have using a some kind of criteria. If current position is better than the P best, then obviously if it is true, then upgrade the P best. If it is false, to assign P best to G best. Okay, sorry, false, then go to the then assign P best to G best, that means global best position. And if it is true, again update the P best, and then it will assign to the G best. However, that means this position, that means current position is better than when this condition, and this portion, it is nothing but this portion, update area, update local best. Okay. However, then compute the velocity, update the particle position, calculate the corresponding fitness. If the corresponding number of iteration has been reached, then end the corresponding program. If the target has not been reached, then continued here, that means evaluate again P best, update P best and global best, again compute the velocity position, and it will be continued. And after that, if the maximum number of iteration has been reached, we will end the particle swarm optimization technique, and we will get the global based solution as the ultimate output. So coming to the conclusion part, so PSO is very efficient and population based swarm intelligence meta heuristic. The main advantage of PSO are that PSO is very simple and efficient in nature. There no need to calculate the corresponding gradient or like that. So you need to use a simple mathematical equation to get the optimal point. And moreover, there are very few number of parameters that need to be tuned, or that need to be adjusted. Like for the genetic algorithm, there are lots of different operator for crossover or selection or mutation. Okay, so there are less number of operator is here, so there is less number of parameter need to be tuned properly to get the better result. And for this purpose, PSO is very widely used. And moreover, many modification of PSO are already proposed, and many researchers are also trying to improve the efficiency and accuracy of PSO right now. Okay, so these are the references that we have even used. Thank you.